Chris Raible, I've heard a lot about you. I'm just thrilled to meet you. And you know, your biggest fan is Len Falk. The guy has sent me reams of information about you. You and Pat were here from as I recall, 1957?
57 to 62. Yes.
And during that time period, you had a radio program called Let's Think Together. And also, you wrote often in the Unitarian Church newsletter and entitled those articles Only in Jamestown. You commented, with regards to your fellow Unitarians, how usually the talkative Unitarians often are tongue-tied when they speak to the minister after service. If you wish to indicate your interest in the sermon, these opening sentences are suggested. Take note. 1. I enjoy that sermon every time I hear it. 2. I know how busy you've been with other things this week. 3. I hope there were no visitors here this morning. 4. I suppose that was a good sermon. I couldn't hear a word you said. 5. I can't remember what it was, but something you said was very profound. 6. Didn't I read that sermon in last month's Unitarian Register? 7. That was most interesting. Of course, I know you don't really mean it. 8. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. 9. I wish you wouldn't preach about religion. 10, in the drum roll, as I always said, preaching is not a minister's most important job. Did you mean all of this?
Actually, 1 or 2 of those things actually were said to me.
Really?
Or virtually that. But it is true that it's funny, people have funny ways of trying to express appreciation. And sometimes it comes out almost the reverse of what they think they were trying to say. So,
this was inspired while you were head of this congregation.
While I was minister of this congregation, in our Unitarian polity, the minister is not the head.
Oh, okay.
Maybe the feet or the hands, but not the head.
I need to be educated. I'm going to ask you to read something. Frankly, I was hoping you would have a chance to actually take a picture here. But on March 7th, 1961, you wrote something which I remember. I don't remember this piece, but I remember the reason you wrote this. And you have a chance for a little inflection throughout this piece. And for those who are, actually this is 50 years ago. For the camera, for history, and that's what we're here for at the Jackson Center. This is really history. We may get to 1812, but March 7th.
Oh my goodness. In 1961, there was an attempt to tear down the old City Hall, which some of you may remember. Is it still here? Is the building gone? It's gone now. And I found myself mulling about this and wrote a poem which I'm sure I've never read since. Built in days beyond recall stands our stately City Hall. Summer, winter, spring, and fall, our well-seasoned City Hall. Solid stone with tower tall, a mighty fortress City Hall. Aesthetically it may appall, still it serves as City Hall. The mayor has sent out a call, we must replace our City Hall. Prove that Jamestown's on the ball by building a new City Hall. The papers challenged each to scrawl in letters thoughts on City Hall. Opinions came from great and small on relocating City Hall. One old-timer said with a draw, Jamestown needs no City Hall. We'll just the old one overhaul. There's years yet left in City Hall. Mamma mia, oh what gall, 4 million for a City Hall, rob a St. Peter to pay St. Paul. We can't afford a City Hall. Defeatism opponents brawl. A shameful relic, City Hall. See the cracks on every wall? We must rebuild our City Hall. We don't demand a great Whitehall, just a simple City Hall. Efficiency we could install with a modern City Hall. Polls on polls begin to pall about the needs of City Hall. Perhaps this storm is just a squall. Weatherproof the City Hall. The more we talk, the more we stall, preventing a new City Hall. Must we let the old one fall to get a better City Hall? One fact emerges above the brawl. To progress, we cannot crawl. We must have support of all to improve our City Hall. I can't believe I have literally not read that for 60, whatever it is, how many years. Thank you.
This is something you wrote. I want you to read this to kind of draw closure to the formal aspect of this.
Do I have to?
Sure. They'll appreciate it.
Well, as a minister, every part of my life is hymns. And not in Jamestown, but shortly thereafter, I got into the habit of writing hymn parodies. The hymns would get stuck, and the only one that if I'm known for anything 50 years from now, I'll be known for is this parody to the tune of Holy, 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 that is entitled Coffee, Coffee, Coffee. And I won't sing it.
There.
But it goes, coffee, 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 praise the strength of coffee. Early in the morn we rise with thoughts of only thee. Served fresh or reheated, dark by thee defeated, brewed black by perk or drip or instantly. And if you know the tune, Holy, 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 you can imagine this. And it goes on, though else we scoff, we come to church for coffee. If we're late to congregate, we come in time for thee. Coffee, our one ritual, drinking it habitual, brewed black by perk or drip or instantly. Coffee, the communion of our uni-union, symbol of our sacred ground, our one necessity. Feel the holy power at our coffee hour, brewed black by perk or drip or instantly.
You guys have a sense of humor. Closing words on this particular one that I pulled off, it said, why did the Unitarian Universalist cross the road? To support the chicken in its search for its own path.
That's very nice. I don't remember hearing that one before.
This is outstanding. And so,
well, thank you. It's extraordinary to me for not only to be back in Jamestown, but to realize that even silly things written 50 more years ago are remembered, A, and B, even today, somewhat appreciated. So thank you.
well, thank you.
I'm reminded of an experience I once had where it was a crowded room and someone at the back stood up and said, I can't hear you, Reverend. And someone in the front stood up and said, I can hear him perfectly. I'll change places with you.